If you are trying to figure out the best scheduling and dispatch software for a plumbing business in 2026, this video is going to break that down. We are going to look at Jobber, Housecall Pro, FieldEdge, ServiceTitan and FieldCamp. Now, these options are pretty much same for HVAC company as well. If you saw our video on the HVAC scheduling and dispatch software, these options were there because HVAC and plumbing, both of them have very similar requirements and workflow. But I'm just going to try to make it specific to plumbing in this video. Where Jobber is a simple starter system, Housecall Pro is polished residential system, FieldEdge is stronger when you want to have plumbing and HVAC operations that in the one platform, and ServiceTitan is the enterprise P software. And lastly, you have the AI dispatching layer, which is FieldCamp. If your real problem is matching the right plumber, skill, equipment and time window without rebuilding the board all day. I'm going to score this in a way where if I would be a plumbing owner, what would I buy? And what I'm going to do is start with basic scheduling and then plumbing specific workflow and then complex dispatch and AI. And I'm going to briefly talk about pricing as well at the end. At the end also, I'm going to give you one final verdict based on your size, which is the option that you should go for. We have to realize in 2026, this category of scheduling and dispatch has been there for 10 plus years. So any software, all of them, the specific workflows already configured. What I mean by that is in all of these softwares, you can have you can book the jobs, to assign technicians, move appointments, send job details to mobile, text the customer, invoice, collect payment, and keep job history in one place. If the software cannot do that, they are not in this conversation. For basic plumbing scheduling, Jobber is still the easiest place to start. So if you're a solo plumber or 2 to 5 truck plumbing business, Jobber gives you quoting, online booking, scheduling, dispatching, mobile job details, checklist, photo, payment collection, invoice follow-ups, customer history. So for example, if someone calls about asking a leaking wall valve or clogged kitchen line, the office can create a job, assign it, and keep customer updated without 5 separate text threads. So for our starter scheduling, Jobber wins. Housecall Pro is close, and honestly for a lot of residential plumbing shops, Housecall Pro may feel better day to day. Housecall Pro is strong on drag and drop work orders, color coded calendar, online booking, reminders, map based dispatch, GPS tracking and on the way text. If your plumbing business cares about customer communication and keeping the homeowner updated from booking to payment, Housecall Pro is a solid pick. But for starter simplicity, I'm still going to give the first section to Jobber. Now let's talk about plumbing specific operations. Now these two tools which we talked about, they are generic, they work for garage door businesses, they work for HVAC, etc. But when we go into specifics about plumbing, because plumbing is not just sending a person to an address, you've got drain cleaning, sewer camera work, water heaters, tankless install, roughing, PX, P-traps, D-skills, emergency leaks, callback, parts in the truck, and service agreements. This is where FieldEdge starts to make more sense. FieldEdge talks directly about plumbing schedule, plumbing dispatch, skill-based assignments, mobile app access, customer history, pricing, invoicing, reporting, and service agreements. So for an established plumbing company that wants a trade-focused workflow, FieldEdge wins this section. ServiceTitan is just a bigger version of that. If your plumbing business has a real dispatch department, multiple service zones, commercial work, construction jobs, service agreements, memberships, price book complexity, and managers watching the board all day, ServiceTitan is the safest enterprise pick. ServiceTitan has a dispatch board, schedule, call booking, job histories, route optimization, and capacity planning. Multi-day jobs, customer communication, all of it is present as well. If you are already a large ServiceTitan customer, where you are trying to be acquired by a PE firm in next 2 years, then ServiceTitan wins that category. But here's the part that matters most for plumbing dispatch. The hardest part is not always putting a job on calendar. The hardest part is deciding who should actually go. Until now, in last 10 years, because the technology was not there, it used to live in one person's brain. So 60% was here, 40% was the board that you were looking at. One call is a drain snake. One call needs a sewer camera. One call is a water heater replacement. One job needs a senior plumber because the first visit could turn into a bigger estimate. One tech is already across town. One tech has the right equipment. One emergency leak just came in and now the entire afternoon has changed. All of this is the 60% which I'm talking about. That's where FieldCamp is different. FieldCamp's AI dispatcher evaluates techs, routes, skills, zones, time window, workload, equipment capacity, overtime, and customer preferences based on a machine learning model. It can sit on top of an existing FSM like ServiceTitan, Jobber, Housecall Pro, Salesforce, or FieldEdge, or run inside the full FieldCamp suite itself. If your office spends hours moving calls around, balancing emergency jobs against book appointments, and trying not to burn out your best plumbers, FieldCamp wins the AI dispatch category. But I want to be straight with you. FieldCamp is not the default choice if you all just need a simple calendar and an invoice tool. Jobber is better for that. Housecall Pro is better if your main buying reason is a polished residential customer experience. FieldEdge is safer if you want traditional plumbing operation. ServiceTitan is safer if you want a mature large PE type operation. FieldCamp is better fit when you want to automate your dispatch. It's simple as it. If you want to automate a dispatch inside Microsoft, inside Salesforce, if inside Jobber, inside Housecall Pro, anywhere, they have two-way syncs with all of these platforms. Their approach is that, hey, we are making a very smart solver which can help put people on the calendar based on many constraints like how your process works. So they will sit with you, they'll help understand the dispatch process and then make the constraints plus minus and then automate your dispatch process. So if your goal is that, hey, for next 1 year, I want to reduce my dispatch workload, then AI Dispatcher by FieldCamp is the best place to get started for anyone who is more than 5 technicians to up to 100 to 200 technicians. Now talking about pricing, I think everyone knows this. Jobber's pricing starts as low as $49 and it can go up to $699 a month for 15 users. With more add-ons and integrations that you want to buy, you can keep buying them. Housecall Pro starts at $59, but it keeps adding up. For example, $329 monthly for up to 8 users. An extra user is $35 per month, and add-ons are going to cost you a lot as well. FieldEdge is demoed and so is ServiceTitan. ServiceTitan's pricing comes at around $200 when you have the Dispatch Pro and the basic things which are required. So it is on a heavier end. It takes a lot of implementation as well, at least $10,000 in implementation costs, which in 2026 doesn't make sense because for $10,000 you can have your own system being made. FieldCamp's suits pricing can be checked on fieldcamp.ai/pricing because most of it fits in the suite category, but their AI dispatcher is usage based. So when they sit with you, they configure the AI dispatcher based on how much data needs to be machine learned and how much load it takes to think and assign right person for the AI dispatcher, because it is not simple like a Claude model choosing who is the right person. Based on that, it consumes credit. The credit plans are, for example, $500 for around 400 credits a month, and those credits can at least last for 2 to 3 weeks of your dispatching process depending on the workload you do. So the final verdict, if you're a small plumbing business, you need the scheduling and dispatch without a giant learning curve, pick Jobber. If you want a polished residential plumbing workflow with better customer communication, online booking, reminder, GPS style visibility, pick Housecall Pro. If you're an established plumbing operation and have a HVAC flow as well, then you have 3 options. One is choosing FieldCamp Suite, where you have multiple job types. You can customize the software and you have the AI dispatch. If you want something legacy, doing everything manually, FieldEdge. And if you are a PE firm route and if you have the money to spend, and that money also means heavy implementation and your time shaping up your processes without much customizability, then ServiceTitan is your option. Do your research and try to find the best option for your business. But here was my final verdict. If I think you had to do demo, you would do demo with 2 softwares. One is FieldCamp and one is ServiceTitan, because both of them are head to head for the same sizes and it can give you much more customizability, which is FieldCamp. Thank you.